Ronald Reagan vows a national crusade to make America great again. It is so funny how phrases pop up. If you look at American political rhetorical history, you will see phrases and themes reappear for decade after decade after decade. And then they go underground for a while and people forget them, and then someone resurrects them and brings them back. I cannot help but think that someone who advised our current president had some very clear notion that this was originally part of Ronald Reagan's campaign statement. Make America great again. And it feeds upon what fundamental worry that the American people have had now for a number of decades. I'm not saying it's an illegitimate worry either. It's a fundamental worry. What worry would that be? Yes, that they are in decline, that the country is in decline. This is a fundamental worry of every great power. There's a book called The Rise and Fall of Great Powers that was written by a professor at Yale sometime in the 80s. It got huge readership. This whole notion, what's one of the greatest histories written of the Roman Empire? It's called the... No, it's not called the rise and fall. Nope, it's called the decline and fall, because he doesn't actually give you the rise. He gives you only the decline. He starts with the empire at its height, basically, and then he takes the decline. That's right, The Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire by Gibbon. Decline still haunts the American consciousness. We're losing our world influence, the economy is going to go sour, the country is going to be less optimistic, we're going to have more and more trouble, inflation's going to occur, we won't have enough energy. Are these legitimate worries? Yes, from time to time they certainly are legitimate worries. And you don't want that specter of decline to become so strong that it actually impedes the possibility of the people to do something positive. So Great Britain, even in the 18th century, was haunted by a specter already of decline. That was before it lost the American colonies. Now the history of the British Empire, far different. But eventually, did the British Empire fall into some kind of eclipse? Yes, it did, of course. Look at those old maps where 1/4 of the world's surface was colored red. 1/4 of the world's surface was colored red because it was under the sway of the British government. And that is where the phrase, the sun never sets on the British Empire, comes from, because it never did. And of course, slowly and surely, Britain relinquished colonies, it gave up control through conflict, through dissent, all kinds of reasons. America never had such an empire, although American influence has been very extensive. So one of the things that is said now, today, is, compared with what country might America be in decline? China, yes, of course, because of the huge economic might of the Chinese people, and also because of their ability increasingly to mount an effective military. So these specters or worries are quite real already in the 1980s.